there is a place for decodable readers, and I think they're super helpful, especially when children are beginning to read in those first sounds. Oftentimes, the first things that children can read are decodable books and decodable readers, and some of them are very lovely. Like if you think of The Cat in the Hat, that's pretty decodable. There are some words that are not. But for the most part, that's very regular and decodable, and children really like that book, and that's great. But that shouldn't be the only thing that children are exposed to, even at the very young ages. They should be hearing text and reading text that mimics real life. In other words, text that has a variety of forms, a variety of language structures, and a variety of words, really. And I know that goes against a lot of the conventional thinking because, again, there's this idea that it has to be this really rigid format. But the research actually shows that decodable texts are helpful in some format, but they need other text also. You can't just use decodable readers and expect children to begin to read well and to like reading, because then you get down the road, you get to the first, second grade, and your child has never been exposed to something that's not decodable, which again, authentic texts are not decodable. Anything that you read, even menus, even news stories are not necessarily decodable, and only 60% of text can be sounded out at all. So again, we've gone too far in the phonics direction here. There's also an argument, and I think it's a really valid one, that decodable readers are not enjoyable for children. They're not really engaging, and they don't invoke a love of reading. And when children are young, they do need to learn how to like reading. Again, that goes against science of reading, this idea that's not important. Again, in its most extreme form, there are science of reading practitioners who believe that that's important. But in its most extreme form, there's this idea that that's not important. But it is, because the more children read, the better readers they become. So to wait till a child is 7 or 8 years old before they have a book that they can enjoy and read on their own, that's just not good practice. That's not going to develop the kind of reading habits that we want for children.